You won't believe what's happening to the price of eggs, folks, and what is happening out to avocados, what's happening to a bunch of stuff on the store shelves. Things that we take for granted every single day are moving into crisis. We're hearing shortages out there. We're seeing shortages showing up on the shelves. Let's look at it. I'm going to show you what's going on here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, show you the store shelves so you can see it for yourself. Let's jump right into it. So welcome to the Popler Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, but we are keeping an eye on what's going on at the grocery stores. This is the boots on the ground kind of stuff that Joe Biden is not doing at all. He's not aware of what's happening at the stores, and you and I feel the pain. Here we are at Aldi, and one of the first things I kind of noticed going in is how many sweet potatoes there were. Like, they moved a whole bunch of product. Where's the celery? There is no celery, there's just sweet potatoes. And where's the lettuce? Nope, no iceberg lettuce, just sweet potatoes. Aldi is tricky like that. If you don't know what's going on at the store, if you don't know where things normally are, you won't notice when they do that kind of stuff to you. When they have major shortages, they just kind of paper it over. Walmart doesn't have a good time doing that, but Walmart's usually better at keeping stuff in stock. Large black olives, canned, none, except for that one big dented can right there. Eggs. Now this was interesting. I saw this and I was like, I wonder how much the eggs are. Well, you're not supposed to ask how much the eggs are, peasant. You're supposed to just buy them, regardless of the fact that they just jumped up in price. I went online to go see how much they are right now, $1.95. Now they were $1.40 something just a couple weeks ago. And that isn't even half of it. When we get over to Walmart and we start seeing how much a dozen eggs are over there, $2.68. You won't believe it until you see it with your own eyes. I had to go check online just to make sure that they didn't make a boo-boo or something like that. But they almost doubled in price just from a couple weeks ago. Absolutely insane. We're seeing normal kind of holes here and there at Aldi, yogurt, some of the hot dogs, some of the tuna in pouches. One can of chicken noodle soup from Campbell's. Yep, very exciting stuff there. Broth. We're still seeing issues with broth, especially over at Walmart. Aldi is still doing fairly good, except if you just look at it a little closer, you notice that there's lots of chicken broth, vegetable broth, but not much beef broth. That right over there, that's the beef broth. All the rest of the things on that shelf are chicken broth. Also, where's the avocado oil? We told you avocado shortage is coming this week. Cisco is saying that. It's in the news reports that avocado's not coming across the border because they attacked some USDA inspectors, and USDA just pulled out of the whole region, and that is one of the largest regions of avocado production. So we're going to be seeing some issues with avocados in the next number of days. We gave you that warning earlier in the week, and that's been about a week. So the avocados that are in the market right now are basically what we're going to have for a little bit. Now, we're going to get some more, but there's not going to be nearly enough for the demand. Spaghetti and spaghetti sauce at Aldi actually looking pretty good there. We're going to come back to this beef thing because we got some good deals out there this weekend, friends. If you haven't been getting your advertisements on what grocery stores are advertising this week, there's a lot of ground beef deals out there. Not this one right there. That's not a good deal. $10.99 for, what was that, a 3-pound chub? No, don't do that. But I noticed their bunkers are suddenly magically full. That was interesting because they've been having some empty bunkers for the last number of weeks. And suddenly they're full. Some of the chocolate having some issues there, naturally. Now this, my friends, is a good deal. $2.39 a pound. Now it is 73%, but $2.39 a pound. Time to stock up. I did. You might want to be looking for deals like that. I saw a number of grocery stores out there advertising $2.99 a pound. We haven't seen that for quite a while. So these deals are ones to grab up. And especially at Aldi, $2.39 a pound. I mean, doesn't that make you just want to can something? Now, I mostly stocked up my freezer, but anyway, I'm more on the freeze-dried and canned side of the ground beef equation. The fresh stuff goes into my freezer. Pork looking a little bit sadder out there. Before we get over to Walmart, we got check out the water here. Not very good. That's the cheaper end of things too. So we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. If you want to give them a call and reach out to them and ask questions about what you can do with your IRA, 401k, retirement plans, moving into gold or silver or platinum, physical metals in your account. If you want to give them a call, there is no obligation. Just make sure you mention this channel if you do move forward with them, so they do waive the setup fee for you. There's also going to be a link at the end of the video. Fantastic folks over there at Genesis Gold. They're coming out with some innovative products too. We already started talking about the Prepper Bar. We need to talk more about the Prepper Bar because it is seriously awesome. And you can actually put it in your IRA. You can move your IRA over to Prepper Bars. They break down into like little individual pieces, so you can actually trade with them with your neighbors. So if 1 ounce is too much, you can give them little pieces, small grams size. Okay, freezer section over at Walmart looking a little low, especially in the pizza section. Some of the budget side pizzas looking empty. That's when we start looking at great value brands, Totino's brands, some issues there. Frozen potatoes looking pretty good, actually. They did move some things around, but not too bad. It's still looking pretty well stocked. I mean, with potatoes, if you don't get your seasoned fries and instead you have to go with the wedges, which are my personal favorite, let me know down in the comments down below what you guys are seeing out there. Make sure you use the word update if you let us know what you're seeing at your stores. If you have information from your workplaces to share with the group, make sure you use the word update there too. All right. We've been noticing the chocolate syrup has been disappearing quietly. They lost a whole shelf this week. They used to have that top shelf and that second shelf there. Now they only have one shelf. They're planning on pulling back. Chocolate cocoa prices are up through the roof, friends. Hershey has already said that they're going to have to cut back production seriously, and it's going to impact their financials for the next year or so. You can't see this unless you look a little closer, but some of these cans are actually pretty old. That's not the best quality to zoom in on, but you can see a little discoloring on the labels and such. These cans are actually old. They've dug deep into the warehouse and pulled some out. The expiration dates are for next year. That's pretty short term for canned goods, right? And just a lot less than what we should be seeing there. The only thing that seemed to be actually well stocked was the GV brand. Like the name brand stuff was actually really short. Coffee seemed to make a pretty good comeback this week. I mean, it's not as full as we should be seeing it, but Maxwell House was looking really sad last week, and that looks a whole lot better. They finally got a couple shipments in and started moving things in the right direction. So let me know if you guys are seeing any coffee issues out there, or if that was just kind of a one-off here. Some of the salsas, not fully stocked. Vinegar, we've seen it worse. We've seen it better. Rice, there was only one 20-pound bag of great value. Behind that 20-pound bag, there was not another 20-pound bag back there. There's still rice and beans at Walmart. It's not too late to get stocked up, friends, but I keep recommending it. And if you listen to any of the channels out here, other than the ones trying to push, buckets of food and stuff like that, rice and beans in 5-gallon buckets is still the best, most cost-effective way to get set up for anything that comes our way. And if you're like, I don't like beans, well then get beans that you do like, or figure it out. I've stocked a lot of lentils because I do like lentils, and lentils basically do the same nutritional thing that the beans do, and so that's why I've stocked a whole bunch of lentils, because I like lentils. I have some recipes that I use it with, even when the apocalypse is not upon us. So stock what you eat, know what you like, but apocalypse food can be apocalypse food, you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to eat it unless there's an apocalypse, then it's fine. But you can get 30 plus years of stocking it, depending on how and where you stock it. Meat section looked a little bit better. We're seeing the non-meats pushing further into the meat section here. Some of the canned Chicken multi-packs looking a little bit low, but nothing too serious. Corned beef hash continues to expand its presence. And is that meat? That is a good, interesting question. I'll tell you what, I definitely have a bunch of corned beef hash because that stuff is delicious when you crisp it up. But the Walmart brand is not my favorite. I will do any brand other than the GV brand corned beef hash. Anyway, Spam taking up a little less shelf space. And Vienna sausages, the multi-packs, taking up less space as well. Canned hams continue to be out of reach of all the short people, just like they intended it. Man, the social engineering that goes into this stuff is just so ridiculous. It's like, you're too stupid to know this. We're just going to push this out of reach so you won't buy as many of them. Anyway, tuna fish, it makes me just want to go up there and just clean out the shelf just because, you know? Tuna fish, a little bit low on the generics, but nothing too extreme. Some of the bush beans, not looking so great, but that's the first week I've really noticed issues with that, so we'll give them a pass this week. And let me know if you guys are seeing that where you are too. Then that's a little more of an issue. Some of the just random empty shelves there. This whole section, some of this section used to be the canned pasta, and now it's like there's little tubs of pasta. I don't know if that's just a market shift or if they just don't have the inventory. Anyway, canned green beans, canned corn, not looking the best. Notice especially that the canned corn, where is it? It's all canned green beans. So we shouldn't be having a shortage of corn out there, but something's going up. We got, look at that. Where's the beef broth, right? Beef broth. The chicken broth seems to be doing fairly well, but that is that second shelf, the generic stuff. The name brand stuff is definitely in stock. So if you want broth, either figure out how to make it yourself or you better stock up when you get the chance, right? All right, it's not hard to make, I promise. Not hard to make at all. Pregos, spaghetti sauces, not too bad. Some of the soups having some gaps there. Pasta, I don't know what you'd think about it, but that's a little bit low. There's some varieties that are out. I mean, it's like we're in Soviet Union. It's like, you can't get that variety. Sorry. Sorry. In Soviet Union, you don't say sorry. You just kind of come up with an excuse. Or you just go, that's what you get. Avocado oil is on the shelf here, but it's the fancier stuff. But that's kind of what we're seeing there with olive oil. Now, notice here how much canola oil there is, because canola oil just keeps expanding. The soybean oil keeps shrinking. Now, neither one of them is good for you, but it's just interesting to see that it used to be 50-50. In fact, I think there used to be more vegetable oil, but now it's like most of the stuff on the shelf is canola oil. I should tell you something's going on in the background. And Cisco told us what it is, that the refineries, the places that press this stuff out, they're not making enough money, so they're cutting back their production of it. So expect those prices to go up in the near term. If you do stock up on that stuff, just be aware of that. And if you don't stock up on this stuff, remember the fact that as prices go up on the cheap stuff, people are going to pivot to the more expensive stuff, and it's going to drive the price up of everything. Flour looking pretty good. Some of you guys saying you're having issues with flour. Some of that name brand stuff, but generally speaking, we got some fronting going on there. It's worse than we've seen it in a while, but it still doesn't look bad to me. We've seen way worse, that's for sure. Cream cheese, some of those tubs kind of. And then the soybean oil in the country crock tubs and stuff, that's not as fully stocked as we would imagine it would be. The butter seems to be well stocked, so good time to switch over to something healthier, right? I know some of you are going to be starting throwing hate in the comments. Those of you who grew up under the lie that margarine was better for you than butter. And all right, I just stirred up a firestorm. Okay, just let me know down in the comments. We'll We'll all survive this, I promise. Having opinions, I know. Thoughts and opinions. Anyway, some of those creamers looking a little bit low, and we're going to see that with the coffee creamers too. Eggs, well stocked, but then boom, $2.68 for a dozen, large. I'm not picking them out, and notice it's 12, large. I checked on the website. Boom, 12 eggs, large, great value, white eggs, $2.68. Wow, just about doubled in just a couple weeks. We saw that with the 5 dozen count eggs out there, but haven't heard from you guys about the dozens yet. That seems to have just dropped in the last day or so. That may be rolling out to all the Walmarts where you guys are. And when the price goes up like that, expect Aldi to follow real fast. Milk looking pretty good, all that racist white milk. Some of you guys are like, what about chocolate milk? Well, friends, that is called cultural appropriation. So be careful with that too. We got the half and half looking a little bit better, but the whipping cream and heavy cream not looking good. We got coffee creamers looking pretty low there as well. All right, friends, let me know down in the comments what you guys are seeing at your stores. And, of course, let me know how evil and awful I am for my margin comment. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. There's a thing on the screen for Genesis Gold Group, and there's also a video from this channel on the screen as well. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Popler Report, out.